Hello, my name is Rajeev and I'm a product manager with MariApps. I'm in the crewing and the payroll department. I've joined MariApps about a year ago. It's roughly 10 months now, and prior to that I was on a sailor. I have an experience about 8 years as captain. I was mostly on chemical tankers. Well, it's been quite interesting since I've changed over to software development. I have always had the passion of knowing what goes behind, because all these years I've only been clicking buttons, and clicking buttons gave the results. So it was quite interesting to know what goes behind when you click a button. So that is the reason why I decided to switch over and see what goes behind. And it has been quite an interesting journey so far. My advice to all my young colleagues on leave as well as on board, well, if you have a decision, if you have a passion to grow, you should always choose something different. And like someone says, growth is when you actually choose something not in your career. You choose something different. That's also one reason I found this quite challenging. Of course, in the initial days, I had little difficulties to understand the terminologies which is used in software development. But now, as days goes by, I'm understanding and I'm actually enjoying this job. Well, while I've been working at sea, the important tip, the tool tip that we call it, given to me while I was sailing was always keep one hand to yourself and keep your eyes and ears open. That goes without saying, because the ship is never meant to be in port. The ship is always sailing, and it invariably, because it is not smooth, you tend to dance, roll and pitch. That's the reason why there's always been a practice to have one hand for yourself, which means when you're doing a work, either you tie yourself or hold your hands when you climb up and down the railings. Well, keep your eyes and ears open. That's again a good old saying, because most of the times the ship does give you a warning, either in the form of a leak or in the form of an alarm or in some form of a different vibrations. So as long as you keep your eyes and ears open, you have your hands, one hand for yourself and one hand for the ship, there goes the safety. That's the most important thing that I've learned throughout my years. And that does give you a different feeling. Same thing in the current industry. Like now, for the safety reasons, we have that, in the software industry, we have the QA which does the testing. It clears you all the bugs, make sure that the product which comes out of the QA is quite clean. So the customers are quite happy with what the products that we're delivering. Well, I started sailing back in 1992. My first sailing was in 92 March or April, if I'm not mistaken, it was in April. Well, the sailing those days were typically by means of suns and stars navigation. We typically use a sextant for navigation. Over a period of time, technologies have changed. We first got into the sat-nav, which was replaced by GPS. Slowly we started having EGDIS, another advanced means of navigation, which was quite helpful in the recent years for sailing. So today, with the large amount of traffic which is out at sea, EGDIS does provide a big role in the navigation part. Though EGDIS is not used for collision avoidance, but it does save you a lot by having the latest updates on the charts, giving you the absolute clear picture of what is happening out at sea. You have VHF, the VHF, which provides you very good information on what is happening on the traffic systems, reportings, EPIRBs, everything that has come out in the recent years has provided a lot of technology changes. So yes, technology is evolving, along with that the softwares are evolving. And back in those days when we started sailing, it was all typewriters. Slowly it was replaced by computers with just words and Excel sheets, which was quite new to people. There was just one computer on board the ship. Slowly it started becoming networkings, and today we have systems like PAL, which is on board the ship, which is used for maintenance on board, purchase, crewing, you name it and you have it. So digital solutions have always been evolving at sea, and there is still a lot of scope for evolution. I have been associated with actually crewing and the payroll system in the last 1 year. Well, the changes that is happening in the crewing industry is, in the olden days, people have to sit and manually look for crew members who are suitable for a job. Today we have systems wherein the system can actually identify the best crew for the job. It can identify the crew, it can identify the certifications required, it can actually warn the users on the expiry dates, missings, what visas are required, what is the necessity of travel. Everything is so automatic. Even today with ATS technologies like application tracking systems are becoming much more faster, and what was done by 2 people in a day can be handled in 30 minutes by the computer. So systems have gone very well in advance, well ahead in time, making crew joining much faster and more efficient. In the past years, the technologies have gone quite high. It could be possible that the crew change can be planned automatically, looking at the requirements. PAL on board the ship can actually start looking when the openings are coming in, start initiating crew changes, start identifying the best ports based on the last port of call and the future port of calls, analyze the cost involved using the historical data. Computers and systems can actually start bringing out the most efficient crew changes, which is going to be cost effective as well as most effective manner. We are working towards it, and we hope to complete it very soon.